All right, 49ers fans, let's dive into the latest updates surrounding our team, because there's a lot happening and things are definitely heating up as the season progresses. The injury situation has been a real headache, and unfortunately, it hasn't improved much over the past week. In fact, in some ways, it feels like it has only gotten worse, which is tough for a team that has been trying to balance competing now while also thinking about the future. The team has been active, making moves, trying to stay ahead of challenges, but the reality is that the issues with injuries are forcing them to make some very calculated decisions. There's one particular move that's caused quite a bit of debate among fans, and we'll touch on that in a little bit. But first, let's break down the current situation and what it really means for the team moving forward. When you look at the roster, several key players are either limited or unable to participate in practice, which obviously has a ripple effect on preparation and game plans. Ricky Pyral, for example, has been struggling to get back on the field. He was limited last Thursday, didn't practice on Friday, and now he's not practicing again. That kind of inconsistency makes it difficult for the coaching staff to plan effectively. Goss Matzos remains out, and Bryce Huff is still sidelined as expected, given that his return was projected for around this point in the season. Alfred Collins is listed as day-to-day, but unfortunately, he wasn't able to practice today either. And then there's D. Winters, who has been one of the more consistent contributors this season, showing improvement compared to last year, especially in coverage and overall presence on the field, but he continues to struggle with certain matchups, which is a reminder of the depth challenges the team is facing. Brock Purdy is showing signs of progress as he continues to work within the limited category, and Ben Bart is reportedly in a position where he could be ready to play on Sunday if all goes well. Sam Wanu and Jordan Elliott are also limited, and the hope is that by the end of the week, the coaching staff will have them closer to full strength, which could make a meaningful difference in the team's competitiveness. Despite these hurdles, the 49ers have not been idle. They made a move to bring in Keion White, which many see as a solid start. White has a high ceiling and brings potential that could contribute immediately if circumstances allow. However, it's also clear that his role is contingent on other players' health. Adding him doesn't instantly solve the roster challenges, but it does show that the team is actively trying to bolster depth and maintain competitiveness. Alongside White, the 49ers added Clelin Ferrell to the practice squad. Ferrell had significant playing time last season, starting 17 games in 2023, but this year has been limited for him, with only one appearance in Week 5 for his previous team. While Ferrell's addition doesn't immediately transform the team's fortunes, it gives the 49ers a player with experience who can step in if needed, which is important when injuries are creating gaps on both sides of the ball. These moves are indicative of a team that is thinking strategically, trying to avoid overcommitting resources while still addressing immediate needs. But it's clear that more action could be on the horizon. The conversation around potential trades has been ongoing, and while some reports are conflicting, it's obvious that the 49ers are exploring options. The team has been linked with interest in players like Trey Hendrickson, although contractual considerations make certain moves less feasible. The way the roster has been constructed, including recent draft picks and the addition of players like White, suggests that the team is weighing the long-term impact of any trade carefully. It's not just about plugging holes. It's about maintaining flexibility for the future while navigating the realities of this season. Fans are understandably curious about how the front office and coaching staff will approach these decisions, especially when high-profile players like Jauan Jennings are involved. Jennings, who has had an outstanding career with the 49ers, has had a slower start to this season and, like many players, is managing through injury challenges. Discussions about his potential trade have surfaced, but based on comments from the coaching staff, it seems clear that the 49ers are not actively looking to move him in the short term. Jennings has been a reliable team player, contributing not just in receiving, but also as a blocker and leader on the field. The team's approach to handling his situation reflects a balance between honoring his contributions and making strategic decisions for the roster as a whole. Managing injuries, evaluating trades, and keeping the team competitive is no small feat. Kyle Shanahan, as the head coach, is tasked with navigating a challenging landscape where immediate wins are important. But so is the future outlook of the team. There's a delicate balance between making moves that help now and preserving the assets and flexibility needed for seasons ahead. Financial considerations also play a role, as the 49ers are careful not to give up excessive draft capital or salary commitments in the process of addressing roster needs. This requires precision and careful evaluation of every player acquisition and potential trade. While outside reports may suggest interest in certain big-name players, the team's internal evaluation process, informed by player health, performance metrics, and long-term planning, ultimately guides the decision-making. The interplay between external speculation and internal strategy creates an ongoing discussion among fans, analysts, and the team itself, which keeps everyone engaged and guessing about what could happen next. Even with injuries and roster adjustments, the 49ers are looking ahead to key matchups, and every game has implications not only for the current season, but also for shaping decisions for the next year. Players returning from injury, those still limited, and new additions like White and Farrell all factor into game day planning and practice routines. The front office and coaching staff must weigh who is ready to contribute now versus who needs more time, which in turn impacts strategies, play calling, and depth chart management. It's a dynamic and fluid situation, requiring constant adaptation, which makes the team's approach all the more fascinating to follow. From a fan perspective, there's a lot to consider. Some may worry about trades or the potential movement of key players, while others focus on the development of younger players and the impact of new acquisitions. The combination of injury management, strategic trades, and roster depth creates a narrative that evolves week by week. Understanding the nuances behind each decision provides context beyond the surface-level reports and gives fans a deeper appreciation for the complexities of building a competitive team in the NFL. While speculation is inevitable, the core of the story revolves around preparation, adaptability, and the ability of the 49ers to remain resilient in the face of challenges. Players like Jauan Jennings exemplify the grit and determination that the 49ers rely on, and his handling of injuries while continuing to contribute highlights the team-first mentality that Shanahan and his staff expect. Decisions regarding his role and potential trade discussions are not taken lightly, as his impact on both the field and locker room carries significant weight. Similarly, the addition of experienced players to the practice squad demonstrates the team's commitment to maintaining competitive readiness while giving younger or less utilized players opportunities to grow. Every choice, from who practices fully to who is signed, feeds into a broader strategy of staying competitive now and setting the stage for sustained success in the future. The mix of injury updates, roster moves, and potential trades sets the tone for a very engaging few weeks for the 49ers. Fans can expect more discussions, more surprises, and continued strategic maneuvering as the team navigates through the remainder of the season. It's a balancing act that requires foresight, precision, and a keen understanding of both the present and future implications of every decision. The combination of internal evaluations, external speculation, and real-time performance creates a constantly evolving picture of where the team stands and where is headed. The excitement comes not only from the immediate outcomes on the field, but also from anticipating how each adjustment, each move, and each recovery will shape the team's performance and playoff prospects. Injuries may create obstacles, but they also open opportunities for other players to step up, for strategic acquisitions to make an impact, and for fans to witness the resilience and adaptability of their team. The ongoing narrative is about more than wins and losses. It's about how the 49ers respond to adversity, how they maintain cohesion, and how they continue to build toward a competitive edge in the league, all while managing the complex logistics and strategic challenges that come with running an NFL roster at a high level. This is a situation where patience, evaluation, and timing all intersect. Shanahan and the coaching staff are constantly assessing performance, health, and roster depth to ensure that when the 49ers hit the field, they are as prepared as possible. The blend of experienced veterans, emerging talent, and strategic acquisitions paints a picture of a team that is committed to both the present and the future. Every practice, every game, and every decision is part of a larger plan that seeks to balance short-term success with long-term sustainability. And it is this intricate balance that keeps fans engaged, invested, and hopeful as the season unfolds. Continuing with the ongoing situation around the San Francisco 49ers, it's clear that the team is operating in a complex environment where every decision matters, and the upcoming weeks are critical in shaping how the rest of the season unfolds. Injuries have forced the front office and coaching staff to constantly reassess priorities, balancing immediate needs with long-term objectives. Even as players like Jaylen Jennings face challenges on the field, both from lingering injuries and a slower start to the season, the team is working to find ways to maximize performance while maintaining stability within a roster. Jennings, in particular, embodies the resilience that the 49ers rely on. And while there has been speculation about a potential trade, the reality seems to be that the team values his contributions too much to make a move at this moment. His ability to play through pain and continue contributing as both a receiver and blocker has been essential to the team, and the coaching staff appears committed to giving him the opportunity to rebound and excel. Beyond individual players, the 49ers have been strategic in how they manage their depth and practice squad, adding players like Clelin Ferrell and Keion White to strengthen the roster without compromising financial flexibility or draft capital. Ferrell, with experience starting multiple games last season, brings both familiarity and reliability, while White represents potential and upside for future contributions. These acquisitions, while not immediate game changers, signal that the 49ers are thinking proactively, addressing vulnerabilities while planning for various scenarios that may arise as the season progresses. Injuries and fluctuating player availability have made this kind of foresight essential, as relying solely on the current roster without reinforcements could jeopardize competitiveness in upcoming matchups. Looking ahead, the 49ers are focused on upcoming matchups that carry significant weight for both the present season and the preparation for future campaigns. The coaching staff is tasked with managing a roster that is constantly in flux due to injuries, ensuring that players who are limited in practice can still contribute effectively on game day. The balancing act between deploying available talent and maintaining readiness for future games is delicate, requiring meticulous planning and a deep understanding of each player's capabilities and limitations. This ongoing management of personnel underscores the complexity of building a competitive team in the NFL, where the difference between success and setback can hinge on decisions made weeks in advance. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL world is buzzing tonight as whispers from the Bay Area suggest that the San Francisco 49ers are making a blockbuster move to secure one of the league's premier cornerbacks. According to sources close to the organization, the 49ers have targeted Jaylen Ramsey, currently with the Pittsburgh Steelers, as their next cornerstone for the secondary. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the rumor mill is working overtime, and fans can hardly contain their excitement. Ramsey, widely regarded as one of the most physically gifted and technically sound corners in the NFL, would instantly become the 49ers' CB1, giving the team a lockdown presence opposite their existing talent in the secondary. Known for his aggressive press coverage, exceptional ball skills, and uncanny ability to read quarterbacks, Ramsey's addition could elevate San Francisco's defense into elite territory. The speculation is that the 49ers front office has been quietly negotiating, eyeing a trade that could involve draft capital or a combination of players, though the exact details remain shrouded in secrecy. Steelers fans are reportedly uneasy at the possibility of losing such a pivotal figure. But the NFL is no stranger to blockbuster cornerback trades, and insiders suggest that Ramsey's desire to compete at the highest level with a team poised for contention could be a driving force. Analysts are already theorizing how he would fit into San Francisco's defensive schemes, envisioning him matched up against top receivers week after week, while providing veteran leadership to a talented but relatively young backfield. While the deal is still in the rumor stage, social media has been ablaze with speculation. Jerseys bearing Ramsey's name have started trending in 49ers colors, and the team's fan base is dreaming of a secondary that could rival the best in league history. If true, this move would signal San Francisco's intent to leave no stone unturned in pursuit of a championship, adding another layer of intrigue to an already fascinating offseason. Stay tuned, because if these whispers prove true, the NFL landscape could shift dramatically, with Jaylen Ramsey donning red and gold and cementing his role as one of the game's most feared defensive weapons. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.